some of my favorite mods this year. I'm gonna have to say, by far, my favorite and the best mod I've done is the... What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to my new video. So as I mentioned in my previous video, it's been about a year and a bit now since I've owned this beauty, and it's time to give you a 1-year ownership review. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about some of the issues I've had to deal with over the year, some of my favorite mods, and what I really like about this car. And obviously 2021, we've got big plans for this car, so I'm going to be giving you a little bit of an insight into what I'll be doing throughout the year. Alright guys, so I know you want to hear the bad stuff first, so let's start with that. So one of the most frustrating things I've had to face this year is my side mirror. Basically, 3 days after I picked up the car, some absolute bellend came and knocked the mirror like completely off. By that I mean this whole unit was smashed into, which made it bend backwards. And it was literally 3 days after I picked up the car, so you can imagine my frustration. And yeah, obviously I stopped the person. I'll show you some of the pictures of what it looked like on screen now. Long story short, it was so annoying because dealing with the person, with the insurance company, it took me about 3 months to finally resolve the issue. A little bit of background into the story. So I was sat in my car, parked up on the left side of the road, and this person, what he did was he saw an incoming vehicle and decided to accelerate. I guess he must have been in some sort of haste because he accelerated and moved towards the left, which made him absolutely smash my wing mirror and scratch up the left side of my car. In terms of resolving the issue, I went through insurance, and you know, the most annoying part of this was they took the piss, man. Honestly, like, to give me my courtesy car, to do my repairs, it basically took 3 months to resolve the issue. So from about, you know, end of December to middle February, I was basically driving, you know, the car with no function of the wing mirror, which was a bit annoying. I mean, it was still drivable, but I just wanted it fixed because I literally just picked up the car. So I was quoted £4,000 to fix the car. Luckily, I wasn't in fault, and I was able to get the details of the driver who crashed into my car, and it was eventually resolved. The second thing I've had to deal with is the boot latch. So when I got this car, the boot latch was working perfectly. Unfortunately, a couple of months after, it stopped, you know, functioning as it should, possibly because of wear and tear. You know, the mechanism does, you know, get constantly used, so it does tend to, you know, stiffen up and the springs slacken, etc, etc. So yeah, my issue with the boot was it wasn't closing. Well, now I've managed to fix that. It cost me about £89 to get the part from BMW, and it's a very easy install. So all you have to do is you take out these trim parts here. It's a couple of clips, so very easy. Just pull them out, pull this little trim part down, and you have 2 T40 bolts. All you have to do is pull this thing out, disconnect the connector, and then reconnect it, put the thing back in. Simple. Literally took me 30 minutes, and you know, as I mentioned, the part was about £89 from BMW. I can leave a product code in my description, so go check that out if you have the same issue. Okay guys, so the final thing I've had to deal with is slackened seat belts. I should have noticed this when I was buying the car, but unfortunately I was a bit excited, obviously, when I went to view it, and I didn't notice it. So, you know, I missed that opportunity to haggle that price down a little bit. But yeah, so basically this seat belt here, the passenger side, is very slack. It's annoying because passengers have reported this to me, the fact that you have to reach so far back. Like at this moment in time, my seat is all the way back, and this is, you know, not how I normally sit. I would normally probably sit, you know, a lot closer. So yeah, so as you can imagine, because of the slackened seatbelt, I'll have to reach all the way back, which is a bit annoying. But again, I'm not a passenger, so I don't have to deal with it. So I haven't actually come around to fixing it yet. But I'm looking into getting some, you know, them M Performance seatbelts with those stitching. Since I, you know, probably have to change the mechanism, I might as well change the whole thing. And yeah, I thought a little upgrade might be in order. So I decided to take you guys on a ride with me and talk to you about some of the good things, my favorite mods, and what it's been like to daily this car for a year now. So I picked this car up at about 39,000 miles, and yeah, I've done already 11,000 on it. So in terms of the car, I've honestly enjoyed you know, having that comfortability to daily it, but also when we go to meets, it has amazing performance, keeps up with quite a lot of cars, you know. And you know, just to give you a little bit of experience, oh god, honestly, like, this car is stock, believe it or not, it is stock. And every time I put my foot down, honestly, it just amazes me. A 322 brake. I can't imagine what around 380 would do. You know, I'll get onto that in a bit. But yeah, man, honestly, going to meets, it's been, obviously with COVID, it's getting a lot more difficult. I haven't really been to any recently. I'm just hoping, you know, 2021, new year, hopefully COVID fucks off and we can get back to normality. If you guys, you know, haven't checked out the section yet, just want to give them a massive shout out, because, you know, we've grown as a brand so quickly over the last couple of months. It's amazing. Already reached what, 4K followers? It could be 5. No, I think it's 4 actually. I'm gonna have to double check that. That sounds very bad, but that's only because we've been growing so fast and hitting milestones one after another. It's so hard to keep track of. But, you know, on a personal level, I've hit 2.5K followers, and thank you to all of you, you know, who are following me on Instagram, subscribe to my channel. It means a lot, honestly, and it helps me, you know, to bring out more content, because it motivates me onto some of my favorite mods this year. I'm gonna have to say, by far my favorite and the best mod I've done is the exhaust. You know, I'm gonna play some clips as I'm talking about it now. This exhaust is ridiculous. If you haven't checked out my, you know, exhaust video where I did a before and after to what I did, I'll leave a, you know, click the description above there and you can go check that out. And honestly, like, every time I cold start the car, I'm revving it just puts a smile on my face. And I think, you know, more than the performance, I think it's the noise that, you know, I guess excites me, because obviously coming from a diesel, it's a silent car. So having a petrol, like even stock exhaust, like the little burbles I got when I first picked up the car, it was great. I was amazed by it. But then when I went to PCW, whew, that guy, he did, I honestly, I rate his services so much. He's completely transformed this car. And you know what, the exhaust is gonna sound even better when I go stage 1, because I can finally customize those burbles. So best believe the car's getting even louder soon. Another one that I really enjoy is the Lci Cluster. I mean, I didn't really have to do it. It wasn't a necessity or anything. I honestly just wanted that digital speedo, and I'm kind of happy I went for it actually, because it definitely modernizes the car. And as I said, I've got that massive digital speedo now, which is exactly what I was looking for. Some people didn't actually like that orange ambient lighting from the normal clusters. I actually didn't mind it, to be fair, but I have to say the, you know, the white LED look is a much cleaner look. So one of my other mods that I really enjoy is the Apple CarPlay retrofitting. The reason for that is purely because I use Waze so much. Again, it modernizes the car, right? Like, I've got an ID4 iDrive, which is, you know, not bad, but compared to some of these newer cars, it's definitely, you know, outdated. And Apple CarPlay makes this, you know, feel a lot more modern, which is great. And when I'm not using Waze, I just put it on Spotify, and even looking at the, you know, album covers and things like that, I don't know, maybe you understand, maybe you don't, but long story short, I just wanted I've basically transformed this into a 240i pretty much with an M55 engine. And you know, personally I think the M55 sounds a lot better, but the B58 is definitely more tunable. I think that's what most people say anyway. So what's next on this car? Honestly, I have so many plans this year. It's only the beginning of 2021, right? So we're gonna have to go big. And in terms of mods, I've pretty much finished all my exterior mods quite a long time ago. There's a little bits and bobs here to do. Still, you know, I'm just waiting because it was the winter, very cold. I don't want to be outside freezing my hands off. So I'll probably do those little mods over the next few months, and I will be visiting CLC Performance very, very soon. So stay tuned for that. Got a massive interior mod coming up. So yeah, guys, that's mostly in terms of mods. I think because on the mods aspect, we're coming to the end of the list I wanted to have on my car, let's say. It'll be some of the more performance things. So obviously going stage 1. I'll probably be making a video on whether I should be going with an MHD or a boot mod, whatever you call it. So yeah, I think because I do daily this car, I don't want to go stage 2 straight away. Plus, honestly, stock power is more than enough for me. I really enjoy the car, the acceleration, and apart from the fact that most cars you know, that drive against me at meets are probably much quicker, that's the only reason that kind of makes me want to go stage 1 and just experience it as well. So yeah, I definitely want to get this on a dyno, see what it's pushing stock actually before I do go stage 1. So yeah, that's really it. And then, you know, stuff after that, maybe we'll be looking at a wrap, who knows. But that's a long time in the future. I want to get these performance mods out of the way and pretty much clean up the car a little bit more. So yeah, guys, that's my 1 year ownership of the car. Absolutely love this animal. It's the perfect mix between a daily and a performance car, and for, you know, those young drivers who are looking for something similar, I would highly recommend the M235i. I think the M55 engine sounds better, and I think it's slightly cheaper to insure on. And if you haven't seen my running cost video, it was released on New Year's, so go check that out. I'll leave another link over here, so go check that out. Hope you guys enjoyed that review of my 1 year ownership. You know, leave a comment below if you want something specific on this channel. I will be doing a lot more car reviews, so keep tuned for that, and I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to click that subscribe button below and, you know, do the usual. See you guys next time.